15 Things You Didn't Know About Michael Jordan. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another exciting original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're revealing some interesting and surprising facts about one of the most talented and most successful athletes of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael was born February 17, 1963 in Brooklyn, New York. He played for the University of North Carolina and then was drafted by the Chicago Bulls in 1984. After 6 NBA championships, 6 NBA Finals MVP awards, 2 gold medals, numerous other awards, and 15 seasons played in the NBA, it's generally agreed that he is the greatest basketball player of all time. He also is one of the best marketed athletes of all time, with lucrative deals with Nike, Gatorade, Hanes, and more. He also had a short career in minor league baseball and starred in the 1996 film Space Jam. He retired from the NBA for the final time in 2003 after coming back to play for the Washington Wizards, and he is now the principal owner and chairman of the Charlotte Hornets. Michael is not only a talented athlete, but also a successful businessman. He is an awesome example of how you can take your talent and turn it into a billion-dollar empire. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. We are inspired by his confidence, dedication, abilities, and success. So let's take a closer look at this incredible athlete with the 15 things you didn't know about Michael Jordan. Number 1. He is the highest paid athlete of all time. Michael was the first NBA player to ever make $1 billion, but his success goes beyond the sport of basketball. He actually holds the title of highest paid athlete of all time. Even though he hasn't played professionally in over 10 years, he still gets around $100 million just for his Nike contract annually, and he also has endorsement deals with Gatorade, Hanes, and others. He bought the Charlotte Hornets for $175 million in 2010, and now they are worth $780 million. He also owns several restaurants and a car dealership. He is currently worth around $1.1 billion. Number 2. He can't find a buyer for his Chicago mansion. Jordan lived in a massive house when he played in Chicago, but he's been struggling to sell the property for years. In 2016, the 56,000 square foot home was listed for $14,855,000. Those numbers add up to his jersey number, 23, in case you were wondering. The house has been discounted from its previous asking price of $29 million back in 2012. It's hard to believe that nobody has claimed this house yet. It offers 9 bedrooms, 15 full bathrooms, a basketball court, a card room, a putting green, a fitness studio, and a tennis court. The gates also have a large 23 on them, so there's no mistaking whose house it is. The real estate agent is even trying to sweeten the deal by offering the buyer a pair of every edition of Air Jordan sneakers in his or her size, yet it remains on the market. Number 3. He lost over $5 million in one night of gambling. Jordan is an avid gambler. He loves to go to the casino and also likes to bet on his golf games. In fact, he once had a gambling debt of $1.25 million from losing several rounds of golf to San Diego sports arena manager Richest. Richard lowered the debt to $300,000 because Jordan didn't want his wife to find out about it, but she eventually found out because Richard wrote a book all about it. During the 2007 NBA All-Star Weekend, Michael couldn't tear himself away from the craps table. He wouldn't let anyone else roll the dice for several hours, and he ended up losing over $5 million at the table that night. Number 4. He was so good that a team he never played for retired his number. The Miami Heat's team president told Michael, "No one will ever wear number 23 for the Miami Heat. You're the best." He hoisted a number 23 Heat jersey into the rafters in April of 2003, even though Michael had never played for the team. It was the first jersey the Heat ever retired. Number 5. His Olympic shoes broke a record when sold at auction. The Bulls picked up Michael Jordan at number 3 in the NBA draft in 1984, but before he even played his first game with them, he earned a gold medal as a part of the USA basketball team in the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles, California. At a 2017 auction, the autographed Converse sneakers he wore in the gold-winning game against Spain sold for $190,373, setting a record for game-used basketball memorabilia. He broke his own record, which was held by the shoes he wore in Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals, the so-called flu game. Those shoes brought in $104,765 at a 2013 auction. Number 6. At the time of their divorce, his first wife received the largest celebrity divorce settlement in history. Michael and his first wife, Juanita, filed for divorce in 2002, but decided to try to make the marriage work, only to file for divorce again in 2006 after 17 years of marriage. She received a $168 million settlement, which was the largest celebrity divorce settlement on public record up to that point in history. Number 7. He donated his salary with the Washington Wizards to 9/11 victims. Jordan retired from the NBA for the second time in 1998, saying he was 99.9% certain he would not play basketball professionally again. Nevertheless, he announced on September 25, 2001, that he would be returning with the Washington Wizards. He signed a 2-year contract and donated all of his salary to relief agencies supporting the victims of the 9/11 attacks. Number 8. His eyes closed free throw was for Dikembe Mutombo. One of Michael Jordan's iconic moments was making a free throw with his eyes closed in the last few seconds of a game against the Denver Nuggets. It was Dikembe Mutombo's first season, and he had gained a lot of attention for his stellar performance in his first several games. But Michael wanted to remind him just who he was playing against. In the final seconds of the game, Michael was fouled. After he made his first free throw, Dikembe threw some smack talk his way. Michael responded by saying, "Hey Mutombo, this one's for you." Then he closed his eyes and made a perfect free throw, which would be the last point of the game. Number 9. He was the first 40-year-old to score 40 points in an NBA game. As the oldest scoring champion in NBA history, Jordan also became the first player over 40 to score 40 points in a game. He actually scored 43 points in 43 minutes in an 89-86 victory over the Nets. Number 10. He owns a 154-foot yacht named Mr. Terrible. Mr. Terrible is Michael's yacht that features an outdoor dining area, a dining room with a chandelier and seating for 14, a fishing cockpit with live bait tank, an underwater camera, a hot tub, a wet bar, 4 spacious staterooms, and a luxurious master suite with a king-sized bed. When Michael is not using the yacht himself, he charters it out for private trips through the Caribbean. If you want to check out some even pricier yachts, click on the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of the top 10 most expensive yachts in the world. Number 11. He made his second wife sign a strict prenuptial agreement. Michael met Cuban-American model Yvette Prieto while dancing at a club in 2008. They began dating and got engaged on Christmas in 2011 and were married in April of 2013 with Usher and Robin Thicke performing at their wedding reception. In February of 2014, she gave birth to their twin daughters, Isabel and Victoria. Michael learned a lesson from his first marriage, though. Yvette was asked to sign a prenuptial agreement that stated in the case of divorce, each party would retain the assets they brought into the marriage, and Yvette would receive $1 million for each year they remained married. Jordan's net worth was around $650 million at the time of their marriage. Number 12. He owns a Gulfstream 4 private jet. Michael owns a $50 million custom-made Gulfstream 4. On its exterior, his jet has the Air Jordan logo of him dunking a basketball on its tail, and it's in the baby blue and white colors of his alma mater, the University of North Carolina. The jet operates with 2 Rolls-Royce engines, and it can fit up to 19 passengers in its luxurious interior. Number 13. He was sued by an ex-mistress. Jordan's ex-mistress, Carla Nafel, sued him for a breach of contract, saying he only paid her $250,000 of the $5 million he promised her to keep the relationship silent and not to file a paternity suit when she became pregnant in 1991, when he was still married to his first wife. A later DNA test found he was not the father of the child, and a judge dismissed the lawsuit in 2006. Number 14. He owns a $20 million mansion in Palm Beach, Florida. Michael owns a $20 million mansion in the Bears Club neighborhood that was developed by legendary golfer Jack Nicklaus. It was the most expensive non-waterfront home in Palm Beach, Florida. The estate is situated on 3 acres of property and includes a guardhouse, pool house, and guest house, in addition to the main home that has 11 bedrooms and an athletic wing that, of course, has a basketball court. Serena Williams also owns a home in the stone-gated community. Number 15. He owns a special table that commemorates his NBA career. He has a one-of-a-kind metal table that was created for him by sculptor Michael N. Servet. The aluminum table has exactly 32,292 holes drilled into it, one for each point Michael scored during his NBA career. Now that you've learned more about Michael Jordan, do you think any basketball players of today can be compared to him? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact just for you. Michael loves riding on motorcycles. In fact, one of his favorite activities is driving his Ducati 999, a high-performance, race-oriented motorcycle. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to Alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.